Hello everyone and welcome back. I am Duke Silver. Today we're going to be playing Morgan Le Fay. Now Morgan's a hero that I'm a pretty big fan of in general. I think probably more of a fan than a lot of other people. I think a lot of people think that you don't, it's like hard to get to Morgan's hero power, or if you get to the hero power you're losing. But like I think that's probably the wrong way to look at it. The way that I look at Morgan is basically if you have a bad start, Morgan can stabilize you, and being able to stabilize yourself like while you're kind of in free fall, I think is very powerful, especially in more competitive lobbies. So yeah, again, I'm a big fan of Morgan, and basically if you never activate your hero power, you're just winning the game anyways. So but yeah, so we start off with a really good start here. We get a really good shrink drink early in the around 2.2 there, with the extra gold from our cut purse slays that we've been getting consistently here. We didn't get one last turn, but we've still got a mostly full board anyway, so we could potentially just go for the party here and still fill up our board. And I think that's what we're going to do here. We're gonna party on 3.0. I think party on 3.0 is great if you're set up for it, because obviously you just get to make the most use of those stats. Looking at the crafty here, but eventually I decided to just sell the sure shot and buy this Spellweaver, just an upgrade on our range character here. I figure keeping the cut purse plus the Cindy is too important, and we're not selling any of the other ones either. So the sure shot was the one I decided to go with to sell anyhow. All right, now we got a decent shop here. We got a Mim pair. Princess White is like maybe okay to speculate on, but I think we're gonna start with the roll the dice here. No, we decided against the roll the dice, and there's another party. We've got a full board, we've got a decent amount of stats, and yeah, we just decided to go with another party here. Gonna switch things around a little bit, get some extra attack onto our range character. Pretty unlikely that we get the slay with the cut purse, but attacks work out in a fortuitous way, and we actually do get the cut purse slay. We take a fairly good sized hit there at 6 damage. But we get to take a pair of Spellweavers now, and we have an extra gold to work with this turn. We get to finish our Cindy quest here. We do have a couple royals, so Cursed Throne is a consideration. But I'm a big fan of Ring of Regeneration on Morgan specifically. Just like you want to keep your health total above 20 for as long as possible, and you want to get just the best possible treasure you can out of your hero power. So I figure keeping our health total high with the Ring of Regen is great. And the rest of the other two treasures didn't really add much stats to the board anyhow. Here it's between Hermes Sandals and Boiling Beaker, and I think we're going to go with Beaker. We got 2 Spellweavers. We already want to be casting spells, so, and I'm just a big fan of Beaker in general. I think Beaker kind of acts like you get multiple Fancy Pants. Fancy Pants is a solid 3 treasure, and at 2, like Boiling Beaker gives like just barely less stats than that per spell activation, and if you can just hit a couple of cantrips a turn, then you add a lot of stats to your board. And when you have certain characters that take stats a lot more efficiently than other characters, I just think Boiling Beaker can provide a ton of value. Here it's between, none of these are that great. Magic Runes is like a late game treasure. I generally don't like taking it unless I'm going to be tripling a 5 or a 6. So I think we're just going to go with the spinning wheel here. Just allows us to buy more things. We don't really want to lean into Cursed Throne, but we are absolutely going to take this Friendly Spirit, and we're going to hope to cast a spell onto it at least. Unfortunately, we don't get to cast a targeted spell this turn, but we do lock our level 3 triple here. Now we got Zippy, who's of course Zippy being probably the best character in the game is going to be pretty tough to beat here. And yeah, they deal us 11 damage. Fortunately, we've been gaining some health with this Ring of Regeneration, which we are going to replace with this Crystal Ball. And it was between Crystal Ball and Sting here, and I don't think it's particularly close. We've got the Beaker with Crystal Ball. I think you can pay full price for spells with the Beaker Ball, just because again you get so many stats out of your targeted spells that I think it's worth it. And again, especially with characters that take those stats better, which is specifically we have Friendly Spirit for that. And because we have this Beaker Ball set up with the Friendly Spirit, we're gonna jam this copycat. I don't always like taking copycat with just like a single friendly spirit, but we just jumped it up to a 10-11 here, so we're gonna get quite a few stats out of it. Opponent gets a lot of bonus attacks from the court wizards there, but fortunately we get a bunch of stats onto our front row, and we manage to absorb all those 4 power attacks. We get a second friendly spirit, which is fantastic here. And putting extra health on the Spellweaver I think is great, especially since we have to have it in slot 6 here. We're going to cast the End on one of these cut purses, getting us a couple more life. We've gained a fair amount of health this game already. And this Tiger has a Ring of Meteors with a couple of Greedies here and a Creeper, so they're very well set up with this for like a Ring of Meteors comp here. Fortunately for us, the friendly spirit stats are enough to allow us to win that combat. But yeah, expect friendly spirit to be very strong later, as they're getting just a ton of value out of that Ring of Meteors. We're going to take a speculative Baba. We've got the Crystal Ball, so finding Aeon and putting it in front of Baba would be very, very ideal for us. I mean, that would give us the equivalent of a hat in spell cost reduction. We're going to cast this Hermes Magic Beans here and just keep rolling down. We're basically just hoping to triple this friendly spirit or find Aeon at this point. And unfortunately, we're not going to be able to play the... we're going to go with the copycat setup still, because we didn't find the Aeon, but we are going to play Baba Yaga over Mim in the back now. So now that we have 2 ranged characters in the back for this friendly spirit stats to land on. We managed to get good attacks here, and our Spellweaver stands tall at the end, with just enough toughness to tank some hits and finish off the back row of the opposing player. We're going to take another experience spell. We're going to end the other cut purse, so that's both cut purses gobbled up here. And that puts us to level 6. So we're on level 6 a few turns early, which is obviously very good. We would really like to be able to. We would really like to triple this friendly spirit though, but yeah, now we've got a few more options. We could always pivot right out of whatever we're doing here, or we could go into like a copy boy potentially. We've got the Beauty's Influence on the Spellweaver. We go for a TLK onto our mummy there, which was Mix-a-Wizzled, so we get a golden Nutcracker, which is it's probably not going to get there. We're going to lock this other TLK as well. We do spend a lot of gold on spells because we have to pay full price though, so... But fortunately, we are getting stats for all the spells that we're casting, which I think makes it at least mostly worth it. Again, we get a bunch of friendly spirit stats onto our Spellweaver, and it's enough to for it to absorb all the hits, and that Fates player has Hat Ball, so that's worth noting. Alright, and then we cast the TLK, and then we get an Evil Twin in the shop, and we're going to spend 8 gold just to triple this friendly spirit. I mean, because it's so... we've already got the friendly spirit behind the copycat, it's so many stats to add to our board here. And then we go down a character. Unfortunately, we don't get our copycat attack this time, as they attack directly into it with their golden friendly spirit. Again, Zippy just doing Zippy things and being incredibly powerful here. But we do manage to trade efficiently for the rest of their board, and we end up with a tie, which we're pretty happy with after that unfortunate first attack. Also, yeah, we added Forking Rod, so now Forking Rod, Crystal Ball, and Beaker are going to add a ton of stats to whatever we throw spells on. So now it's really worth paying full price for all our targeted spells. We do have to find them though. There's a Drink Me Potion, that should give us at least a couple. We're going to throw a couple, or at least one targeted spell onto the friendly spirit, and we're going to lock the rest of these. Also, we've got a Golden Cupid from the Golden Nutcracker that we TLK'd earlier, which Cupid is kind of whatever, but it's just a fairly large ranged character that really takes the friendly spirit stats well. We do get a Good Boy, and we're gonna take it. Again, we have the Beauty's Influenced Spellweaver. We don't have much other in the way. We don't have many other good characters, but I still think it's worth potentially investing in. Although we're just gonna put targeted spells onto our friendly spirit, and we're gonna hope that the friendly spirit stats go onto the Good Boy, because again, the Good Boy doesn't put stats onto anything but the Spellweaver in the back there. So so we can't really go too all in on it. But it is going to transfer its stats directly to the Spellweaver, which is kind of good because it just like it means it's like a friendly spirit that always hits a certain target anyhow. And yeah, if we find any more Beauty's influences, then Good Boy becomes very, very powerful. We get to triple up our copycat here, which is gonna basically double our friendly spirit stats. I guess it's increasing it by about 33% because we were getting the stats twice, so like once with the regular copycat and then once normally. We did take a Krampus Slay and we replaced the Beaker, and that's because we know that this opponent is the Fates player that we saw earlier. Again, we noted that they had Hat Ball, so as long as we beat this Ghost, and I feel like we're pretty likely to. Also, we put a bunch of stats onto that Herc, which gets over 100 power, meaning we get to finish the Herc quest immediately. Not that we're necessarily gonna take the treasure, but I mean, it does make it golden anyways. But yeah, we're gonna pop our Krampus Slay, and we're gonna steal Hat, and we're gonna have Hat Fork Ball now. It's like half tempting to just take a second Crystal Ball, but I mean, obviously we got to go Hat. Now we can really pop off. Looking at the Evil Twin on the Good Boy, and we do eventually go for it. If we find another one, then being able to get a level 6 treasure could be beneficial. We could replace like Fork with Wand anyways, or like Pandora's Box potentially. Although there shouldn't be too many turns left in the game here. Also, it's worth noting that again, we are Morgan, and now we're back over 40 HP. We've gained so much health. We've taken quite a few losses in this game, but yeah, we've managed to recoup those and get back over 40 here. Also, we do end up getting a golden Scion of the Storm out of our TLK there. So I think we're not going to be building into Good Boy anymore. I was still considering like trying to hit Beauty's influences and keeping the Good Boy around, but at this point I don't think we're going to. We did shard the Herc earlier. And like yeah, I just figured like we could hit Beauty's influences and like the shard, a golden 6, or hitting a shard on a golden 6 would be worth it there. There's another Good Boy, but yeah, we're not going to take it here. We're just going to pick up Egg and shard it immediately. We get a golden Echo Wood out of our off of our Cupid from the TLK there, which is pretty good with our copycat friendly spirit setup, which we are still going to be running with, of course. It's just yeah, the setup is just, I consider getting a golden 6 out of one of those, but I think the copycat friendly spirit setup is just too good for us to be passing up at this point. We're just going to make sure we lock here so we got potential targeted spells for next turn. And yeah, our board's a little bit of a mess, but this is that Tiger that has the Ring of Meteors. They've added a Mimic, so they're going to get 3 Ring of Meteors each turn. And they got a Golden Angry plus 2 regular Angries, so this is the angriest dwarf comp maybe I've ever seen. They have a Golden Echo Wood, but they have no Lordy. So this honestly probably one of the biggest dwarf comps I've seen that doesn't have Lordy. So I mean, props to them for being able to assemble that. But unfortunately, they weren't able to add a Lordy to that comp, and we kind of make short work of them there. And yeah, we win the game at over 40 HP. We basically had no hero power the whole game. So yeah. Yeah, I guess again with Morgan, if you don't activate your hero power, you're just winning. So if we had dropped below 20, we would have had shots at level 6 treasures and been able to potentially power spike from there. So but yeah, let me know if you enjoyed this. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. It very much helps the channel, and I greatly appreciate it. Leaving a like lets YouTube know that it should recommend my content to more people, and again, that helps the channel a great deal. But yeah. I don't think I have anything to go over at the end. Yeah, I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you tomorrow.